No intro.
No intro?
No intro.
No context, then.
What? The context is people know what they click on before they click on it.
Yeah, where is that?
The context comes with the title, your channel already.
I wasn't even fucking recording, so...
Oh, thank fuck.
Ooh.
What?
That would have been bad, Minnie.
Alright, so... No intro, though, but, like, what are we doing? Stop fucking banging the table.
No banging.
So how's school going for you? How do you feel in your first year of college?
Actually, dude, that's actually a good question. That is a great question. Thanks for asking.
Why don't you answer the question then?
Sometimes I just think...
Holy shit.
This
You
is
just
not
start
good.
overthinking?
This is not good.
No. I got you. Alright, we're good. I got you good. So I went to summer. But for you guys, it's your first quarter at college in general.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh. Dude, alright, sorry. That's just how a natural motion for me to do that. Dude, it already sounds roomy. Because... Compare it to high school.
Well, I think that, like, compared to high school, like, just have had, like, a lot more free time. Like, because, like
Oh,
the other day, woke up, and it was gonna be a really bad day, like, if I didn't get an extra 40 minutes of sleep. So, you know, going to math, like, having the option to go to math, like, halfway through the period is like...
Right.
It's a lot better. But, like, as far as, like people-wise, like, people tend to be a little bit more distant, just walking around, but, like, you know people in your class and they know you, but they don't actually know your name. Like,
Well,
and you don't
Why do
know
you
their
think
name.
it's that way? Is it just because the school's so big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
High school is so much smaller. Like, it could be, for most people, it could be like, 2,000 to 10,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then you got big ass classrooms where you just couldn't even.
Right.
And the teacher doesn't make an effort to, like, know your name, or, like, I mean, they try, but, like, and they don't do, like, any icebreaker. Like, even in high school, you'll do, like, icebreakers or whatever, some cringe ass shit where, like, they just go around and, like, you learn everybody's names.
That shit works. Like, it feels bad, but it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, regrettably, I will say that, because at least they're all cringing together.
It's funny. It's funny when like someone has to stand up. They're like, "Hi, my name's Josh. I like skateboarding.
My favorite color is black.
Green. It used to be green, but now I kind of like black now."
And no one's listening because they're just thinking about what they're gonna say.
Like, oh my god, and then like, even like people when they say here. Like, like, people stress when they say here.
When the
People stress
when the quiet kid in class is like waiting to say here.
No, there's
He's
always
preparing to say here. He's like
fucking rehearsing it in his head. Comes out
here.
Yeah, it comes out trash, and he's like fucking hitting himself.
No, and then there's always that one guy who does, like, present. There's, like, some, like, weird ass guy
present.
who does some weird shit.
Usually,
That's my name.
Usually the Mexican kids will say present. Like in middle school. Present. Yeah.
And, like diversity wise, like, I was talking to a couple of guys in my English class about, like, how each of our schools, like, we all thought they were, like, pretty diverse, but, like, as compared to, like, where we're going now, like, college, I think definitely is, it's definitely depending where you're going, but, like, it's definitely a lot more diverse, like, especially with, like, people from, like, outside other countries and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's way more exchange students and whatever, people studying abroad.
Sometimes you just feel like you're alone there sometimes, like, 'cause they're just...
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's a shit ton of people, we have no idea who they are or whatever. It's like... It's kind of sucks in that way. Like, you almost want a place that's smaller. You want to go to a small college. I feel like you'd be better off.
And the fact that you have more time like I have like so much more time to do stuff in between my classes that it's almost harder because then I have to actually like do the stuff rather than just go on my phone. Like I just have an hour 30 minutes between my second and third.
That's
it's all
that's
on
also
me,
well. I think you know what, it might make you more productive if you don't know anyone, because if you're in the library and you're surrounded by strangers, no one's gonna talk to you. Like the easiest thing to do is just work.
Yeah,
it's the easiest thing to do. I mean, yeah,
that would be so hard in high school just to like, go in the
go in the library and work and something in high school would be, no.
The library
no one
like
does that
sucks for working in high school, like, but like in college, dude, you like people are like, yeah, you want to go work. Like people are like actually going to work, like do their schoolwork. Like, I feel like people are a lot more committed.
Well, also they're there because, well, usually they're there because they chose to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's way different.
And they're more interested in the subjects that they're in the class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way more.
Oh yeah.
They have like more of a passion for them.
People are so much more like attentive to like, even like in my bio class, like I know like a lot of people just like they're just like answering questions all the time.
Yeah.
Like, asking questions, and like in high school, like people those always be like kind of like in a high school class, like the class clown or whatever, not the class clown, but like that one guy who always like speaks up out like all the time and is always like making jokes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like in college, there's like nobody like does that.
Yeah, it's not because there's no clowns. It's just that no one likes them anymore when you're in college. People are usually older then.
Yeah.
And they have a bigger directive than just to laugh in classes they're forced to be in. It's much more natural to do that. You're forced to sit next to each other in a room. Humor becomes way more natural because the situation becomes way more absurd. It's like, yeah, you get people in like forced math classes, and then when it gets hard, people just love. All of a sudden, the class clown is a fucking celebrity.
Yeah, because it's relief from.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? Like, Friday classes, having a class every day, I think I don't want to have a Friday class again. Because Friday class kind of sucks. Like, when you can have the option of, like, not going to school on Fridays, like, it just, like, makes it, like, that much harder to go to school on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Because, especially if, like, for me, I'm only going for, like, an hour on Fridays.
So, the reason it's good is that, like, if you can set the end of the week for a class, let's say you have 3 classes. The end of the week for one of your classes is Friday, and the end of the week for the other classes is Thursday. Then those are your big days. Those are test days, big turn-in dates. You don't usually want those all be in the same day. You know, I have a big essay. Oh, yeah. And I have a big, like, math thing to do or whatever, test. So if you could ladder those, I think it's better grade-wise. It might suck to get up that morning, but yeah. Also, I think if you just look at your success, it's better that way. And, you know, the earlier you start sleeping in, because if you don't have a Friday class, you're going to sleep in Friday, right? And now you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You have 3 days where you can sleep in late. Those 3 days is pretty much enough time to screw your sleep schedule up.
Oh yeah, I always do that.
Especially you could use your class schedule as a sort of a protective like a
to force you to work.
If you're bad with that, then it's good.
Yeah.
Because then you have less time to screw yourself up on the weekends.
Yeah, well,
unless you take a fat nap as soon as you get home on Friday, and then you're just steamrolling towards hell on Monday.
I think the way like I have it set up is just like because I have math every day, but then like, and then I have the either English or bio on every other day. But then like for me, I still have work on like Sunday, so I still have to get up early.
Yeah.
On a Sunday, so it's like, but I think it's like fine because it still does like keep you like in my mind. I'm like, all right, Friday is the end of the week, just have math, but like I go to math and then I just like relax after. And it's like, I still can. I'm still doing like a little bit of work on Friday, but I'm starting to like wind down for the week. And then like back on Sunday is usually when I'm like, all right, back on. That's like when I start my week. I'm like all right, just like getting like back on track and stuff.
Yeah.
Sunday, I'm like done, dude. I like that. The weekends is when I screw myself with the sleep schedule, and then like I barely work out on the weekends, but during the week is where I feel like the best because I'm just like go to school, then I have like a break, and then I have to go to work, and in that break I'll work out, do homework, and then on the weekends I'm just like free, and I like don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
How'd you sleep until what 12:30 today, or how long did you sleep until?
Like 12:40.
Gee, how?
So I went to bed at like 3. Just randomly. I don't know why.
Oh, fuck.
I did watch a little bit of UFC at like 2 in the morning.
Oh.
Because the prelims
Yeah, it
were
started.
on.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
That was main event, 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I mean, we were up like pretty late last night, but I still like woke up at like 8:30. So it's like, and then like a couple nights ago, you know, like somehow like your brain knows like if you're gonna fuck up or not, because like I was about to like oversleep my alarm by a lot a couple days ago, and like while I was like sleeping in past my alarm, because I had a flash in my brain of like getting up, and then from there I was like, oh, like I'm about to be late.
Your brain's like, wait.
Like, and that happens for everybody. Like, you won't be able to go to sleep like unless like if like you know like your alarm situation is all messed up or something.
Mm-hmm. You ever like, you know when you just like oversleep and then you wake up, you're like, you're just like you just feel so bad.
Yeah.
That's when you just like over rest, dude. It's awful.
Because I was thinking about my dad said he's going camping, but he's going camping by himself. Dude, and it got me thinking like once or for me at least.
Sorry, who fucking does? All right, who's the dude that Hammer? The guy that raps Hammer?
MC Hammer?
No. No.
Rush.
The
Hammer?
guy from Vermont. The opposition plays.
Joker?
What? All right. Let me get some lyrics. It's like, reppin' VT like my name Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know the guy's
Nothing
name.
Nowhere?
Nothing Nowhere. Yeah. He fucking camps alone.
Yeah.
He just takes off.
I think like
Sits
camping
there.
alone kind of sounds like kind of beast right
Well,
now.
he's backpacking alone, which is that's what he does. That sounds sick, but it also would just I think
for like a day for me.
Yeah, I think it would also just like probably be better with friends too. Cause,
yeah.
Unless you camp with friends so much or whatever, or.
But like anyway, like, the more like you or for me at least that I'm in the grind or like in going to school every day, working, whatever, just like in, I guess whatever you want to call it, reality every day. Like the less time I'm being like self-reflective and my thinking starts to get more obscured as like, because I start to rationalize bad habits a lot more, just because I'm not like, I think is what I've boiled it down to is not being as self-reflective, because like I feel like I don't have as much time or like I'm thinking about other things that are like higher up priority wise, and I lose sight of things that are more baseline. So like so yeah, I start like right now I'm trying to like get back into reading more for just because I feel like I'm wasting some time right now, just like whatever, going on my phone or just like procrastinating, and like realizing like again why like you're going to school, or like why you're doing a lot of things like that you're doing, and like taking a step back again. I think that's like it's necessary like every like once in a while, especially like once you're like in it for a long time,
Yeah, you need the balance, and well, if your thinking is intermediate between two like immediate responsibilities, then it's not going to be as expansive and or reflective, and so the time crunch is what makes you rationalize bad habits. Like you're just like, oh well, I only got 20 minutes. I might as well just spend it on like, the explore page.
No, it's like where if I do have like downtime, I'm like I don't have to do anything or
Got it.
that
Oh
essay,
no.
It's like that's when like I should actually be reading or like preparing ahead for like the next like whatever like English essay or like math that like because I need to do like a lot of reading right now for like English, but like yeah, just in general like that.
Well, that's an interesting idea too, because it's like it's almost like if you spent the whole day working right on something that's like, let's say school or whatever extracurricular activity you have, and you come home, right, you feel like you don't have to do, you feel accomplished, right, because you spent all that time working, even if a lot of that time was empty, even if you weren't really doing much, maybe you didn't even have,
right,
it's just you trick yourself into thinking like, oh, today was a productive day and I got like things done or whatever, but really you were just. And so it like, okay, yeah, now that I've had a productive day, I can do nothing all day. And then you get the majority of your day is actually nothing.
Yeah.
Just from that. Because I think naturally, more than we want to get things done, we want to feel like we get things done.
Yeah.
And if we trick ourselves into it, then that like completely suffices if you're not conscious of it.
Yeah, you just have to turn the quality of your productiveness up.
Yeah. Well, when you are, yeah. But
that's like we're like
so
sitting in class, dude, and we're watching like an English documentary. Like my time is being taken up right now. We're watching a documentary in English, but like it's actually like you're not doing anything, right? I mean, kind of. You're like getting some information on like the topic, but like yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you have shorter classes, I think because sometimes you have 3-hour classes and sometimes you have 15-minute classes, I think the beauty of shorter classes is it forces the teacher to make sure that those 15 minutes are actually worth it. They're actually worth it. If you have a long period, sorry, not even period, because if you have to have a long class, then the teacher is going to think more about filling that time. If you have a short class, the teacher's going to think more about getting you the information as efficiently as possible because you don't have time. And it's almost like we work better on a clock. Like if you had like 8 hours to do something, and you had 8 hours to do something, you'd spend most of that time doing nothing. You'd be slow. You'd lose momentum a lot. You'd get distracted a lot. And now you're doing 90% of the work in the last 2 hours. Right? It's like how we do when we have a week to do. It's the time thing. When we have a week to do something, we end up not doing it at all until the last day. But if you have a day to do something, you could even. So yeah, 8 hours. You'd almost prefer it to be doing 4 hours if you wanted to just not waste time.
Yeah.
How long are your classes? Like,
they're just English is 2 hours, but then math is 50 minutes. But then I have bio is was it like 2 hours for lab?
No, that makes sense because you need.
It's like 3 hours for lab actually, and then another 2 hours for lecture. So it's like 5 hours in it for one class. But it doesn't like lab. Lab is pretty fun because like you're like usually walking around and doing stuff, and it doesn't usually feel like it's taking that long.
Yeah. So
like by the time you're like done with like whatever you're doing, it's like and we get out early too from lab if we finish.
All mine are like 50, 45 minutes.
Dude, that goes by like, so quick.
I know. So it's just like doon.
No, but that's good. I wouldn't. My schedule is 3 50-minute classes that are all right next to each other every morning, and it's I think the best schedule I could possibly have.
Nice.
Because you know that 0% of it is wasted.
Yeah.
And you get the most time. Well, not in class too. So then it's up to you mostly. Because if you can fill that other time in the day that you have allotted to you because you have short classes, then you're just gonna be way more efficient. Because I mean, like I'll repeat it, like if the teacher has a 50-minute period and the teacher has a class in a 2-hour class, right? They might teach literally the same exact amount in both of those classes.
Oh yeah, my English teacher talks about he talks about himself a lot, dude, and he goes off on tangents about like things that he hates all the time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, whatever. But like, I get so antsy in English class, dude, just because it's just like you're sitting there and like listening to like talking for like the entire time. You're not doing anything. I don't need to take anything out or anything. But
yeah. Now, like on occasion, you get like a good story, and it's like, well, I'm glad I stayed for that. But you know, you just don't know. Like, is the next 30 minutes of class gonna be at all worth it? It's just gonna be pain.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, I think it's settled then. Shorter classes are better.
I don't know, dude.
I think so too.
Unless
Except
like
for tests.
film studies.
When you have to take a test and you got 15
Oh
minutes,
my God,
you got screwed over.
Yeah, that's another thing. I guess
You got
I have
over.
Yeah. I don't know.
failed on time before.
I think an
for
hour
a
and a
test.
half class is a good length for a class. I think 15 minutes is kind of short, depending on
Sure.
what you're learning. But yeah, I don't know. And I don't know when like, I feel like there's a lot of experimenting to be had still with like classes and class like scheduling, because like we got a lot like, trying to interest to see like, I don't know what is the best, I guess.
Yeah. Well, reasonable ballpark's definitely like an hour, 30 minutes, an hour, and you know, somewhere between. Yeah. Just not more than 2 hours.
How long was like a like in high school, like a long, what was it called? S period or something? Block schedule. How long was
those were like 90 minutes.
I thought they were like 90 minutes or like 2. No, definitely 90 minutes.
Those felt
and
like
we thought they were like really long back then.
Oh, dude, they felt so
Well, we
long,
had
though.
we had 6 fucking hour classes in a day.
They felt
Imagine
so
having
long.
6 and you go to the end. You know, you go to get 6.
Some people take 5 classes. Dude, that's a gutsy move.
Yeah, in 3
At
months.
Danza.
Like you wouldn't be able. It wouldn't be able to be like a. Well, you'd be full time no matter what, but you'd have to pick classes that aren't that rigorous.
Yeah.
That you know.
You wouldn't have to.
Because you could have a class like,
assignments.
for instance, English, right? You could do a lot. You know, you could write 5 essays in 3 months.
Oh yeah.
Or you could write more, or you could write way less. Like, you look on Rate My Professor, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, hella easy, whatever. And then you're like, okay, so I can take this and like another class too. And then you walk in, we're trying something different this year.
Yeah,
and
you're
it's like, oh, okay,
yeah.
twice the essays. That's your difference, because that happens.
I mean, I don't mind writing essays. I'll be honest. I kind of like it, but
Fuck
You have to read.
essays.
You have to read for them,
yeah,
which
you
is
have
the
to
bulk
read
of
for
the
essays.
experience of an essay. Unfortunately, if you could just write without having to
That's what I did.
study a topic you don't like, that'd be cool.
Oh, it's the worst because I have to write one on government.
Oh
I
yeah,
do like
new
next
federalism.
So boring, dude. Like I don't have the passion to write for it. I'm just like
Nope.
it's so awful.
Also, like they're like with political science as a class, like you have the more popular things that you're gonna get more into, and things that are, I guess, just more interesting actually in general is like the political parties, and then like the media as like a system and how it influences kids and older, because you can talk about boomers, you can talk about Gen Z and their new media and how it's political, because you know we know that field very well. We know like how young people interact with politics, people our age, and how different it is from boomers interacting with politics.
Yeah.
And how as on a technical degree, there's more nuance in the in our younger media, because we listen to longer form podcasts more, and we watch. There's political stuff on YouTube, which is a way longer form, whereas the boomer generation, it's mostly TV corporate media, in which you have really just bites of debates, which are like 30 seconds long, and there's just no substance. It's just an act. Like you have two people that are giving off an act, not necessarily expansing or going deep into substance, but just
like it's dialed in.
you're just trying to look like you win.
Yeah.
But in on YouTube, when you have a 2-hour debate on Twitch or something, like, you can't get away with just looking like you won. People will grill you on the details, and I only see young people. I only see young people in those comment sections. I only see other Zoomers. I only see. So it just makes me think like there's no. You would hope, given that information, that we would vote more than Boomers as a percentage, but we vote the least, which is
just because. I don't know,
but sorry, my main point. Sorry, because what I was talking about was the thing with government, and then what's more attractive about political science, because you have both of those are what's sort of within political science. Governmental structure, because like. You can know everything about the governmental structure of the U.S., right? And then it's a different one in Australia. It's a different one in Britain. It's a different one. So like, it's overly technical to approach it as a non-political science major, and you're just gonna throw out all that nuance. That just, you're not gonna remember how. What do you want to call it? Federalism. Well, you can remember how federalism started, but you're not going to remember like competitive federalism, new federalism, like this stuff. Like,
yeah.
Well, no, you would. If you were studying economics, like the history of economics, then you would, and you could talk about those. But that's pretty much out of the scope of any conversation you'd be having that's relevant to now. But if you're not if you're not in the social sciences, what's still interesting to you of political science would be what everyone is engaged in, which is the media and the political parties, and like what your viewpoint is, not how the government works. Those are the two. Yeah,
so there's not a lot of like people that we can identify with, and there's very rarely is there like a law or some type of proposition.
Holy shit. That was loud. Why was that the loudest one?
It's Amir. He keeps on texting.
It's fucking so hot in here.
I know. I'm so pissed off right now. The phone's going off.
What the hell?
I'm fucking
is
roasting in here. Aiden's playing loud ass music.
Whatever, we're good. Holy shit. Turn that fan on.
Oh my god.
Alright, guys. Are we rolling?
Yeah. Get your balls up to the mic.
Dudes! That's good, we got it. Get your balls up to the mic. What?
I meant to the fan, bro.
I know, we're just like...
Get your what, man? Get your balls up to the mic.